So Thursday mornings, these are typically kind of my, I don't know, recovery, movement, mobility days. I guess you could call them a little bit of conditioning, aerobic conditioning, whatever you want to call it. It's a lower intensity day. Wednesday nights, I'm up later, coaching the volleyball girls, doing their speed work training there. So I'm up a little later, don't get as much sleep. And it's just a good day to kind of on that off day after my more athletic sprint-based, jump-based day. And it's just kind of my schedule right now. So it's Mondays, sprints, jumps lower. Tuesday is, Tuesday's upper body, throws, upper body, that type of stuff. Wednesday is more of that athletic, that fun day, a lot of sprints, a lot of jumps. Not a lot of weights than today. So we'll get into that. We'll start off, we're going to do 5 minutes of just jumps, pogo jumps, extensive pogo jumps, a lot of different ways. So I'll show you some of it. You don't want to watch me jump for 5 minutes. That's going to be boring. So we'll fast forward it or just cut it just to show you a little bit. Then we get into some upper body extensive med ball throws. We'll do some just movement work, mobility, movement work, just kind of freestyle, free flow. And then do little upper body stuff. I like to do a little push-ups, some rings, some more mobility that way with the rings. Doing some skin the cats, that type of stuff, and some iso holds, and then some movement with like a bunch of different crawling. We'll see how that goes. I think I might have broke my toe yesterday, or jammed it up. I don't know how well you can see how big and purple the big toe is. I was jumping, or I was doing my kind of prep work for my sprints yesterday at the track, and there's the track, which is the grippy part. Then there's a slick spot or a slick floor on the side. So I was doing my prep work in my socks, doing some side-to-side hops, and hit the slippery floor, went right into a bunch of boxes or whatever, I don't know, a bunch of stuff that was stacked up on the side, and that's what happened. So I haven't had good luck, broke my little toe last summer, and big one's looking nice and purple today, if you can see that. But we'll see how it goes. You can always do something. If it bothers it, we'll just adjust. It might not be as much crawling and stuff, just it's fine. It seems to be fine when you're the pushing, because I did all my sprints and stuff afterwards. I ran one of my fastest 30-yard times I think I've ever ran yesterday. Or it's getting faster, is what I should say, which is good. But today it's a little bit more swollen, so we'll see how it goes. But again, injuries happen. It's part of life. And who cares? Don't use it as an excuse. I can always do something. I can work around it. I just went for a walk, so I made it through that. So we'll see how it goes. But we're going to hit the red light. We're going to get the hopping. Again, you don't need to watch all of this, but we'll kind of go through and show you what a recovery, mobility, movement, aerobic conditioning type day looks like, whatever you want to call it. It's just that more of that regeneration day, so to speak. So here we go. And with these, it's just light, nothing too intense. Just move around, let the body loose. Notice a little bit in my toe, but not too bad. So it's just 5 consecutive minutes of this. You can go to 1 foot. Maybe not going to do too much of that today. Let the upper body just shake. You can get higher and stuff like that. I'm trying to stay very light today on the toe. And again, you kind of get the picture. Just get around, do different stuff, different movements, jump in different ways, twist, turn, bend, shake. And I'll kind of cut it right now because you don't need to watch 5 minutes of this. You'll probably be gouging your eyes out. There's a better shot of the purple toe, the grape toe. So yeah, hopefully it's not too bad, but I made it through the hops. So we'll keep going. Now we're going to our extensive upper body. We're gonna hit some throws here. Med ball throws. So a lot of reps. We're gonna do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 4 or 5 different movements, different ways, I think. So with the extensive med balls, yeah, we're going for 20 seconds of work, just rapidly. Some of them even barely looks like it's leaving my hand, just kind of bouncing it off the wall, just like with the extensive pogo jumps. 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. I got 4 different movements, so I went overhead here first. Then we did a chest pass next. And then like an underhand toss, kind of that hinged over motion you'll see here in a little bit. And then kind of a front-facing side-to-side toss. So again, 20 seconds of work, just getting good low intensity, a lot of little reps here, and just building some upper body, kind of upper body plyos, extensive plyos for the upper body, just to get it prepped, ready to go, get everything good and feeling good, rather than going so intense on everything all the time. You don't always need that. But yeah, did this couple rounds, couple times through this, depending on you could do it for time, you could do it for sets, whatever. Again, we're only limited to our imagination with training. There's no specific sets, reps, times. I mean, all this stuff is trying people to get too worried and too intricate about rest and certain amount of sets, reps, heart rate, whatever it is. We worry so much about that crap that it takes away from what we're actually meant to get out, and that's a stimulus and get a result from our training, because that's what it's all about. So these were the extensive med ball. This is that side-to-side one, as I mentioned, trying to get a little bit of upper body hip movement as well, so a little bit of rotation as well. So that is those. And then after that, we got into our crawls. These were a little, trying to just play around with the toe, kind of pushing, kind of felt awkward with the regular crawls, but we did a few different crawl variations. Again, this is kind of what I like to do for aerobic conditioning, so to speak. It gets the heart rate good and right where it wants to be. So we did some regular crawls. Again, they look really stiff today because I think just because of being kind of a baby in my toe. But try to get a little bit of movement, get movement through the rib cage, through the hips, through the shoulders. Did the bear crawls, did the crab walks here. Next, what was next? Well, I guess we'll just watch and see. Oh, it's the Spider-Man lizard crawls. Again, these felt really weird because I was kind of just compensating to do what felt good with my toe, so it's like flopping out there. But we got the Spider-Man crawls. Then we went in. So we like to do down and back. No real specific rest. Just keep going. Again, I have a heart rate monitor here, so I'm monitoring my heart rate. But again, you don't have to do that. It's kind of nitpicky a lot of times, and then we start worrying about that, like I mentioned before. Then we were deciding, we were thinking going to go sideways, but we'll do those next. I think, we changed and do Froggers. So kind of debating what's going to feel good. And we did Froggers, or frog jumps, whatever you want to call it. Again, you can change the speed, you can go faster, you can go slower as you get better. Better toe, then go faster on these. But again, we're not trying to go all intense on these days. It's just low intensity movement. They get everything ready, feeling good. And then we did some tornado, I call them tornado side crawls. These were awkward too, just that this way. The other way felt better because I could manipulate the toe pressure a little bit better going back. So that's what we did with these. For these, you can do them for time, you can do them for sets, you can do it for distance, you can follow your heart rate. Again, there's no specific way to do it, but today I just did about 10 minutes of that. And then we get into just our rolling, tumbling movement and just get the mat out. Kind of a free flow. Looks really weird. A lot of stuff, I don't know, just don't even know what the heck I'm doing half the time. Just kind of going with the flow. Rolling, tumbling, somersaults,
A lot of times we'll do cartwheels on this. Just didn't really feel like the toe was good for cartwheels today. So let's get that a little rest on that. But a lot of rolls, a lot of flowy stuff. Getting the spine moving, as you can see here. Smelling my farts. Those types of things, what we do on a daily basis. But yeah, just kind of, again, use your imagination, use creativity, and do stuff you don't always do. It doesn't always have to be about lifting a ton of weight. Again, lifting weights is good, but you want to be able to move too. You want to be a human being, and just getting in some different positions, allowing the body to move, to train, to go with the flow, and just get the hips, get the shoulders, get the back. These areas that are so naggingly, I don't even know if that's a word, but constantly nagging in so many people and complaining, but yet you do nothing about it. Or you go to the chiropractor or you go to the doctor and they just tell you, oh, take this medicine. Oh, here, crack your back. But then you go back to doing the same thing and you never get any better because you're not moving. You're not actually, you don't have a plan. And again, a lot of times that plan can just be free flowing, freestyle, spine bending, spine twisting, shoulders, hips, those nagging places that you complain about, but yet you do nothing about to change those nagging places. So this is just that free flowing movement. Here's one of my favorites, just kind of touching in different areas. Use your hands, use your elbows. Great for the groin. My groin is always tight, so this is a fun one for me to get better at this. Just touching different spots, elbows, hands, forearms, bend, twist. And again, it doesn't look great because I'm not that good or mobile in a lot of these areas, but that's why I do them, so I get better. It's a lot better than what it was probably a year, 2-3 years ago. And yeah, just roll around, look like an idiot, but whatever. If you can't look like an idiot, then whatever. Too many people take things too seriously. I do not take my training that seriously. Well, I really don't care. Someone can make fun of me, whoop-de-doo, that they're probably not doing anything, or they're just lifting and probably can't do half the stuff I can do. So back bridge is one of the favorite things when I suck at them. But again, getting better. Then some neck holds. So again, mixing in a lot of different things in this little, 10 or so minutes of movement. After that, I did a little upper body stuff. I did some push-ups. I didn't get those on video. You've seen what push-ups look like, so hopefully you know what a push-up is. I did 200 push-ups and kind of supersetted those with some ring work. And rings have become one of my favorite things. Skin the cats are fun. Get those shoulders in a good range of motion, good stretch, good mobility there. So if you have some rings, this is one of the best things you can do, and just kind of freestyle, play around on rings. And when your toe is bothering you, heck, use your upper body. So that's what I like to do. Spin around, you can hold, you can twist, you can turn, you can, again, limited by your imagination. And then after that, we got into some iso holds, as I mentioned before. My groin is tight a lot, so one of my goals is to be able to do splits. So I'm working on these 2-minute iso holds in each of these positions. So we got the front split both ways. And then we get into side splits as well for iso holds on this day. And when I do these iso holds, it's not so much that you're just going there and sitting there comfortably, because it's not comfortable. But you're actively kind of pulling yourself into the ground in each of these positions and really reaching back and trying to get a deeper range of motion, focusing on breathing. Breathing is one of the best ways to help build mobility and get more range of motion. So actively breathing, not just sitting there. You can see like the strenuous strain on my face, and just working and getting deeper and getting a little bit more range of motion. It's not just going and sitting there. You're actively pulling yourself down towards the ground, picking some lint out of your toes while you're doing it, just to keep busy, because it can get kind of boring when you hold it for long. But if you're focusing and doing it there, it's better. Then we get into the side splits. So this is really one of the areas. and right here or somewhere in here, I started like, yep, probably right there where I'm grabbing, started to cramp up in the right side, right hip flexor there. And you don't, when you feel that kind of cramping pain, I'm sure you've had it. Don't just stop. Go, let it go away. Go through it, work through it. You're strong enough, you can do it. And then as you see, I'm slowly, gradually pushing down farther. Actually looks better. Like it doesn't, when I'm doing it, it doesn't feel like I'm very close to the ground, but it looks a lot deeper than what I actually did. So that's good. And then we finished out with just some more ISO hangs, the skydiver hang, back bend hang, whatever you want to call it. One of my favorite, again, to get back, shoulders moving.